What's up, you guys? James Strickland here. I wanted to share with you guys how I keep my shoulders healthy. So this is typically how I warm up for every single bench session. I do about 10 to 15, sometimes 20 arm circles, small, forward and backward. Then I do about the same number in a little bit larger diameter circle. I do this anytime that I feel a little tight, even when I'm at home watching TV, even when I'm standing in the bedroom. I mean, just anywhere that I feel like I need to get some shoulder mobility work in, loosen up those shoulders, get some lactic acid going, getting out of there. And I definitely do it before every bench day. I do it before every shoulder or upper day. I sometimes even do this before my squat days, just to loosen the shoulders up. Anytime I need to loosen the shoulders up, or I have any kind of pain or impingements that I feel are coming on, this is my go-to protocol. Just depending on what's going on in the shoulders, I may do a little bit more or a little bit less. And I'll go ahead and walk through pretty much my bench day warm-up. But pretty much anything that has to do with the shoulders, in the bands and the arm circles can be done pretty much daily. Obviously, the barbell warm-up set is primarily bench day. But I'll do some pull-aparts here for the chest, the pecs, warm that up, behind the neck. This really helps to open things up. The goal that I'm going for here is to feel that warm sensation in my shoulders. Not quite to a painful burn, but just about right on the edge of that. That's when I know that I'm getting warm, and definitely gets the blood flow going. Any type of tightness that may be in there starts to loosen up. It doesn't get rid of it, but it definitely helps to not have it build up any more than it needs to. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll do this for about 5 minutes. I'll sit down somewhere, let everything kind of relax. I may even come back and do it again. This small amount of effort has tremendous effects on my shoulder health. Obviously, if I go and strain a shoulder or pec, doing these things are not my go-to immediately. Typically, I go straight to ice for a few days and then start this about the third or fourth day to start kind of getting the muscles moving again. And then as soon as I think that I'm able to, for example, if I do a pec strain, I'll move into some push-ups and then light barbell work and then start moving up. But this is when everything is about 90% healthy, 100% healthy. This is the purpose of this is for prehab, for rehab, just general mobility work. And this can all be tweaked slightly. There's no perfect angle or anything like that I'm going for. It's all based on feel. As you'll see, this is getting into my bench warm-up. I start with the bar. I don't think I've ever once started with 135 or more. Even though this is extremely light, it is part of my warm-up, and I move the bar with intent. I move it as if there's 600 pounds on it. I don't care if it's extremely light. My form shouldn't break down at all. And so I just move the barbell until I feel like my shoulders and my pecs and my triceps are warm. And then I move up to 135, adding a plate on each side. And every single bench day starts out this way, no matter what is on the bar. This particular day, I was working up to about 640 for a single. And so some of the heavier warm-ups you'll see may not be in a typical bench day. If I'm only working up to 500 or 550, obviously I will stop a little sooner. But this would be more of an extreme circumstance, moving up to the heavy weight. In this particular case, I felt like I needed a little bit more rear delt warm-up activation. So at any point in time in my warm-ups or during the day, like I said, I'll use a band, and that band's probably about 15-20 pounds of resistance, no more than 30 if it's fully stretched out, and that's enough for me to get some really good stretch and resistance there. But I'm just doing this because as I was warming up with 135, I felt like I needed a little bit more stretching going on, and this is dynamic stretching, not static stretching. I don't recommend static stretching before heavy lifting, just because of the risk for injury. You're elongating the muscle and then immediately hitting it to contract and make it shorter through the use of weights, and I've never had good experience with that. So here I'm just just going completely off feel. There's really no set number of reps. I don't want to start counting to 10 on my left and then counting to 10 on my right. If my right needs 12 or 15 or 40 and my left only needs 5, then so be it. Sometimes it's not equal on both sides. But literally, I spend a good 30 to 45 minutes getting ready to get under anything more than 315. I do a lot of my feel work, obviously throughout the whole bench day, but in the beginning. And so this has probably been about 20 or so minutes that have elapsed since the first couple of arm circles that you guys saw just a few minutes ago. And so now I'm at 225, working on pausing there and really exploding up. And sometimes I'll actually just go through in kind of a touch and go manner, see, like I'm doing now, and that's basically just based on feel. Sometimes I'm wanting to fire off that fast twitch, and sometimes it's the slower twitch. When I start 315, typically, and for the last few years I've been doing this, this is actually kind of a tidbit that I got from Jeremy Hornstra, one of the best benchers out there, is doing one pause rep. I re-rack it, unrack it again, and do 3 quick reps in succession. And that just gives me a little bit different feel for warm-up. So here I'm kind of playing around. I've been called out for using fake plates, so I wanted to make sure that everybody knows that these are definitely real. I don't mess around with fake plates. There's no reason to. But moving on. So 405 is a magic number for me, because sometimes I will single this out. Sometimes I will do 2 reps with this. Sometimes I'll do 1 paused and 3 quick. Like I said, it's based on feel. It's based on whatever the workout is for this particular day. Obviously, if I'm doing a set of 405, then I may hit this for 1. I may not hit it at all. I may go 315 and then go 405 for a set of 10 or whatever the set calls for. In this particular set, this particular day, I'm working up to 640. So I hit let's see, three reps here, moving straight to 495, and I typically add a plate up to 495. I have been known to go from 495 to 585, but after that it's typically smaller increments than 45 and 45 on each side, 90 total. But want to stress that every single workout, the warm-ups do not have to be the same. In fact, I would not get into a routine where your warm-up is identical for every single workout. The differences can be the temperature in the gym, what you did the day before, what you did the night before, what you did during that day. Your energy levels obviously can play a little bit in this. If it's hot outside, cold inside, how you're feeling, all those different things can factor in. Where if I just woke up and hit to the gym, I need to warm up a little bit more. I need to take a little more time just to kind of get awake. If it's towards the end of the day, I can get away with doing a little less warm up and be ready for my sets. But base your warm-ups off of feel. So here, let's see, we've got about 550 or so on the bar. This is a particular day in time, actually, when I was not going straight to 585. I felt a little more comfortable going in smaller increments. I have since changed up this routine as my bench grows, and I would urge you guys to do the same. Like I said, this video was shot about a year or so ago, but I think it serves its purpose to show my warm-ups and my shoulder mobility pretty much better than any other video I've shot. But this is a year fast forward. My bench has obviously grown by about 60 pounds. So when I warm up, I am comfortable with going 495, 585, 605, 620, depending on what my top set is. I may even go from 585 to 635 and then hit a 650 or something like that for my working set. But this particular day, I went to 585 after 550. And so once again, this is all based on feel. I would not warm up in this protocol identical to this in 2018. 2017, this was pretty much my normal warm-up. I've actually changed how I approach the bar. I took a little bit of ammonia just to warm myself up and get myself amped up for 585 warm-up. You won't see me doing that in the warm-up room for a big lift this year until I get upwards of north of 6. So once again, based on feel, based on strength levels, everything has definitely grown. I definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want you to please like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram at SwimHack, and leave your comments below, please, and let me know of any other videos that might be helpful to you guys as lifts, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.